Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about closing, and that can be something that kind of scares us a little bit. But I think that if I share with you my thoughts on it and kind of my ideas on it, I think you'll feel a little bit more comfortable about it and see that it's really not a scary thing. So I kind of have a three-step process to how I close people. Um, the first thing that I do, and of course, I'm going to go on the assumption that you guys understand that when you send somebody to watch a webinar or view a video or whatever it might be, that you're asking them when they're going to view it so that you can follow up with them at a certain time, and that you've also told them, hey, this is the time I'm going to follow up with you, right? So I want to make sure that you understand that before you even get into closing, okay? So make sure that you're setting a time for them to watch whatever it is they're watching, and then make sure that you tell them when you're going to follow up with them. So they're expecting you, right? So they know they're going to have to watch whatever it is before you talk to them. Okay, so 3 steps to closing. Number 1, your first thing is that you want to go in and ask them if you answered all their questions, okay? Hey, did I answer all the questions you have? Right? Simple enough, but when you do that, sometimes that opens up this floodgate of all these insecurities and all these concerns and questions and problems, and sometimes they just need you to show that you actually care, because sometimes we get so into the, I'm trying to think how to say this right, but kind of the salesy part of the business where we're telling them all the great stuff and we forget that sometimes they might be sitting back super overwhelmed and super scared and super worried, and if we don't ask them, hey, have I answered all the questions that you have for me about 21 Day Fix or about Shakeology or about coaching, XYZ, whatever? If we ask them that, then they're going to feel like, oh, there's still room, right? I still have a chance to breathe here. I'm not being pushed into anything. I never want to push somebody into something or force anybody into something. Second step to closing is to say to them, okay, I am so excited. So let's get you signed up. Tell them, let's get you signed up. Okay, let's do it. Let's get you signed up. Let's get going. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's get your Shakeology. Okay, let's get your challenge pack. Okay, let's get you in my challenge group. Whatever it might be, but that statement right there is really important, and I think we miss that, but it's important because number 1, you want to show them you're excited, and number 2, it says, okay, this is really it, right? This is it, because people need to understand that this is a business, that you're running this business, that this is your livelihood, and that you're not messing around, right? So, okay, great, let's get you signed up. Okay, the third thing in closing is that you need to tell them what to expect. So, in other words, give them a couple options, but no more than 2 on how they're going to get signed up, okay? Here's the thing. Are you going to sign up now or later? Are you ready to sign up now or this afternoon? Are you going to sign up right now or tomorrow morning? And when you do that, you also want to give them another option, and can I help you get signed up right now, or should I call you in an hour to do it over the phone, right? Or you could say it like, do you want me to give you step-by-step directions on how to get signed up now, or should I call you and walk you through it over the phone? Okay, so give them those options, because what that does is, again, it shows that you're serious, it shows that you mean business, it shows that you're going to help them, walk them through it shows them you're not just going to like disappear. So I find that works really well when I say, okay, can I don't normally use the, okay, you're going to get signed up now or you're going to get signed up later, but I wanted to mention that because sometimes we're not, like if you're at work, right? Sometimes it's better to be able to do that. But if you are just sitting there and you're talking to this person, then you need to give them that kind of like definitive statement, like, okay, so can I give you step-by-step instructions via this message, or should I call you right now and walk you through it? Or is there a better time for me to walk you through it? Whatever it might be. And that might be a question you answer after you've already given them that information, right? So that's kind of my 3 steps. Number 1, you want to make sure you answer all their questions and ask them that. Number 2, you want to make sure that you tell them you're excited, let's get you signed up. And number 3, you give them those options. Okay, can I give you step-by-step instructions here, or should I call you and walk you through it? Okay, so that's closing. And guys, I think we make such a big deal out of closing, and we really don't need to. It's no big deal. It's no big deal because, guys, I don't want you to spend so much time with people and have them waste your time. I don't want you to do that. So don't be afraid to tell somebody, okay, are you going to get signed up now? Okay, can I walk you through it right now? I mean, don't be afraid to say that to somebody. So if you've been going back and forth about the 21 Fix, there's no more freaking questions, and they're just like, dragging their feet, then you need to say, okay, so can I give you directions on how to get signed up now, or should I call you and walk you through the purchase process, right? And then you're going to know, okay, this person is really serious, or this person is just yanking my chain, right? This person's just dragging me along. This person's wasting my time. And I hate to be that way, but guys, we don't have time to waste, right? We don't have time to sit back and like, oh, well, I hope so-and-so is going to buy the fix today. Not sure, but I hope so, right? We don't have time for that. So I want to make sure that you're being direct with them and telling them what to expect. Okay, can I give you directions or can I walk you through it on the phone? These are your two options, right? It's the same as when you send them a message about, I want you to think about it this way. It's the same as when you're sending them a message about watching a webinar. Are you going to watch it now or are you going to watch it in the morning? Can I follow up with you tonight or can I follow up with you tomorrow afternoon? Don't tell them, okay, so when are you going to watch it, and leave it at that, right? Don't say, okay, so when are you going to buy it? Okay, so when are you going to sign up? Never. That's the answer to all of those, is never. So give them those two options and go from there. But the main thing is just not to be afraid of it. I don't want you to be worried about it. I don't want you to be afraid of it. I want you to know that every time you're asking somebody about signing up and getting a program or getting a product or signing up as a coach, they're actually making a difference in their life, that they actually need what you're giving them. You're not forcing them, to have some like potato chips or something. Like, you're actually doing something good for them. Okay, so I want you to realize that, because that might make you feel a little bit better about it. And remember, there's nothing icky about saying to them, okay, how can I help you get signed up, right? That's basically what you're saying. Okay, so what's the best way for me to help you get signed up? What's the best way for me to help you make this purchase, right? And remember that buying something is an emotional thing. So sometimes people can be really erratic when they're talking to you, and you might like all of a sudden be bombarded with like, oh my God, I don't know. I just think this, and can you guarantee that I'm going to lose 25,000 pounds and blah, 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 right? Sometimes you might get that, and that's just because it's an emotional thing. So you just want to remember, reel it back in, and remember that we don't want to ever get defensive with them. We just want to calmly and rationally answer their questions and then go from there. My suggestion is, if they do have questions, answer their questions, and then in that same email or message to them, that's when you're going to ask, okay, so can I walk you through it right now via message, or can I call you? So don't give them a chance to take your answers and then ask more questions, okay? Because honestly, at that point, they don't need it. If you're already asking, okay, do you have any last minute lingering questions I can answer for you? They're not really, they don't need anything else from you at that point. Okay, they've asked all your questions. They've asked you all their questions. You've answered them all. So that's when you want to say, okay, can I walk you through it via message, or should I give you a call and walk you through it? Okay, so that's kind of my take on closing. It shouldn't be a big deal. It should be just part of your routine, right? You're finding, you're inviting, you're sharing, you're following up, you're closing, right? It should just be a part of that. It should be part of your natural system. The more you do it, just like finding people, just like forming people, just like inviting people, the more you close, the easier it gets. But if you never close anybody, if you leave it open-ended like that, then then the answer is always going to be never. The answer is they're never going to sign up. The answer is they're never going to buy that, okay? So don't be afraid of it. Jump right into it and practice. Practice, 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 okay? So that's my take on closing. Hope that's helpful. Talk to you guys soon.